Welcome to the Quick Start. We'll get you playing in just a few minutes. First off, here is what is in your game. The board itself is a map of the world of Sevinpold. You also get 6 different coloured Valiant pieces, 10 The Darkness pieces, and 1 Living Throne piece. There are also 32 castle cards, 32 treasure cards, and 32 castle pieces. We'll get to what they're for later. And finally, there are 2 sets of dice, 1 white, 1 black. All right, on to the game. The purpose of the game is to find the scepter card and take it to the castle of the Living Throne. Whichever player does this first wins the game. The challenge is that the scepter and the Living Throne are hidden in different castles scattered throughout the world of Sevinpold. The first thing you need to do is decide who will be the Darkness player, and everyone else are the Valiant. The Valiant play as a team. They win as a team. They lose as a team. The Darkness plays alone, but commands up to 10 Darkness playing pieces. Now, if you only have 2 people playing, one player is the Darkness and the other is the Valiant, but the Valiant player starts with 3 or 4 Valiant pieces. Setting up the game is 3 simple steps. First, temporarily remove the scepter and the Living Throne cards from the treasure card deck. Shuffle the treasure card deck and the castle card deck and place them face down. Then each Valiant player draws 1 treasure card and 1 castle card from the deck. Each player reveals their cards to everyone. They then place their treasure cards face up before them. This treasure card is the treasure they start the game with. They also put the Valiant playing piece they drew on the castle space on the board. Put their castle cards aside. The second step is to hide the treasures. So first, put the scepter and the Living Throne cards back in the treasure card deck. Hide all the remaining treasures in the remaining castles by placing 1 treasure card face down under 1 castle card face up all around the board. Note that unless a Darkness card is drawn when the Valiant choose their treasures, the Darkness player must wait until a Darkness card is revealed before they can start to play. The last step to setting up the game is to place 1 plastic castle piece on each unoccupied castle. As players visit one of the castles, they will collect the treasure hidden there and remove the castle piece. That way everyone knows there's no treasure left there. Now you need to know only 3 more things: how to move, how to get and use treasures, and how to capture other players. You move only when it is your turn. First, you roll the dice. You will move your player in a straight line only the number of spaces equal to 1 of the die. To combine total value of both dice, or the difference between both dice, you simply subtract 1 die from the other. An example will help make it clearer. Let's say that a Valiant rolls a 3 and a 2. That Valiant can now move 3 spaces in one direction or 2 spaces in one direction. Or that Valiant can move the combined total of the dice, so 5 in our example. Or that Valiant can move 1 value, then the other, so they can move 3 in one direction or 2 in a different direction. Or that Valiant can move the difference between the dice, so just 1. All right, now every Valiant must roll the dice, or use a treasure card, to move their playing piece on every turn. Whenever it is the Darkness player's turn, they must roll the dice as well, and they move all of their available Darkness pieces on each turn. This is bad news for the Valiant. The darkness can move every piece in any legal way using the roll of the dice, and each darkness piece can use the dice roll differently. Whenever a player lands on a castle, they collect the castle piece and the treasure under that castle's treasure card. However, you can only enter a castle on an exact roll of the dice or by using a treasure card. The goal of the game is to find the scepter and living throne treasure cards. However, as you search, you will amass different treasures. Of the treasure cards, there are 10 darkness treasure cards and 20 treasures of power cards that help you win by giving you extra powers. Each time the darkness card is revealed, another darkness piece is released at the dark lightning spot on the board. Treasures of power can only be used once. If the card says use now, you must use its power before the end of your turn. All the others can be amassed and used on any subsequent turn as you wish. Whenever the living throne card is found, the card is discarded and the living throne playing piece is placed on that castle spot. When you find the scepter, you get it, but you still haven't won. To win, you must take the scepter to the castle where the living throne is. If you have the scepter and you land on the castle where the living throne is revealed, the game is won. Now you need to know how to use the treasures of power. Each treasure has its own unique power. A brief description of each treasure is written on the card. For the full rule on each treasure, refer to the treasure glossary printed with your game. By the way, once you've played Sevinpold a few times, you'll quickly get to know the treasure card rules. As you enter castles on the roll of the dice, you keep the castle piece. Each castle piece entitles you to move one extra space to enter another castle. The castle piece cannot be used for any other purpose. You may use as many castle pieces as you wish to move extra spaces to enter castles. However, you do not get to keep the castle piece if you entered the castle by using a treasure card or by using a castle piece. If you land on the space occupied by another player, then that playing piece is captured. You capture by landing exactly on the same space as another playing piece on the move allowed by your dice roll or by using the dice roll and the power of a treasure card. If the darkness piece captures one of the valiant piece is removed from the board. The darkness steals all that player's treasures. The valiant returns to the game on his next turn at any unvisited castle of his choice, then gets the treasure hidden there and begins the quest again. If one of the valiant captures a darkness piece, that one darkness piece is destroyed and removed from the game, and the valiant player may steal only one treasure from the possession of the darkness. Look out, valiant, there is one exception. If there is only one darkness piece on the board, it is invincible and may not be captured. Almost done. When any valiant player has the scepter in their possession and goes to the castle of the living throne, the whole valiant team wins. When the darkness player has the scepter and takes it to the living throne castle, they win. You're ready to play. Begin your quest. Detailed rules can be found printed with your game.